Hello and welcome to today's news of Vanguard Life. My name is Damlola Obushaki, and this morning I'm starting with Vanguard on the paper review. Vanguard is leads dealing with insecurity worsens. Herdsmen kill 144 in Plateau, Benue in 14 days. 13 slaughtered, many missing, 50 houses razed in fresh Benue attack. Mutuan prohibits night grazing, transportation of cattle. Leave France, return home, Obi tells Tinubu. Tinubu must restore law and order in the Plateau and Benue. That's coming from Falano. We are deeply pained over Plateau bloodshed. That's coming from Northern Elders. You can see that story on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. And here there are four photo stories. They are all showing women holding placards as they protest in Rivers State. And they're asking for the end to emergency rule in the state. And on page 9, we have Power Minister blames the past government for poor electricity supply. Nigeria China's currency swap deal, tool for trade efficiency. That's coming from Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. And on the sport, Senator Adeyemi urges Tinubu to immortalize Chuku. You can see that on page 32. On page 19, Dagote reduces the petrol price further by 3.5% to 835 naira per litre. On page 8, PDP governors Atiku's coalition differ over fronting for Tinubu, and that the kicker says 2027. Buhari's men pass vote of confidence on president. CBEX, aggrieved investors storm Lagos office, break into premises. Lastly, on Vanguard newspaper, Rivers reps invite sole administrator Ibaras. Now, away from that, we'll move to the Punch newspaper. The Punch is leading with 800 naira per litre petrol in sight as oil prices fall. PMS drops again as Dangote cuts ex depo rate to 835 naira per litre. Crude now $65 per barrel from $75 per barrel. And on pages 4 and 5, hundreds of Boko Haram suspects are arrested in Lagos. That's coming from CJTF. On page 11, Nigeria cuts power supply to Niger Republic. 2027, coalition to unseat Tinubu gaining ground, says the article. You can see that on page 37. Above the banner, play two killings, police arrest key suspects, government bans night grazing. Tinubu's France retreat sparks backlash amid rising insecurity. And lastly, on the Punch newspaper, Northern governors in joint push against a resurgent attack. You can see that on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Away from there, we move to the Guardian. The Guardian leads stories this morning says national head count, insecurity, economic concerns trail Tinubu's push for French census. You can see that on page 6. On news page 30, fresh killings in Benue community claim 10. REA Lagos to replace over 4 million generators with rooftop solar. Lukman alleges PDP governors aiding Tinubu as Article intensifies coalition agenda. Don't lose faith in democracy, INEC chairman tells African youth. Rep summon sole administrator as Rivers women demand end to emergency rule. Federal government launches plan approves 15 billion naira to curb flood disaster, and directly below the banner, suspend the France trip to address insecurity, Obi tells Tinubu. Federal government, World Bank in fresh $17 billion poverty reduction deal. And lastly, on the Guardian newspaper, we have Dangote crashes petrol price by 30 naira to a litre, refines 3.5 billion litres in 7 months. You can see that on newspaper 3 of the Guardian newspaper. And that's all we have on the front pages of the dailies this morning. Join us after the break for a brief analysis of some of the stories. Welcome back. If you're just joining me, this is Today in Sambaga Life. My name is Damlola Ogunshaki. And joining me to analyze some of the stories on the front pages this morning is Mr. Oludari Mayowa, as a publisher of Global Financial Digest. Good morning, Mr. Mayowa.
Good morning, Damlola. Thanks for having me today.
All right, welcome. Now let's move straight to some of the stories on the front pages this morning, and we're starting with Plateau State and Benue State killings. Now recall that within the period, 104 persons, comprising 52 in Basa local government area and another 52 in Boko's local government area of Plateau State, were killed by herdsmen, while at least 40 were also killed in Benue State. And what do you think about this killing in the North Central states? What's your take on it?
Thank you very much. I think the killing is becoming unbearable, and it's unfortunate and reflect the failure of governments in our society and our government. So there's so true you can talk about it. We don't talk about the failure of government, because the purpose of government is for good governance, to good security and security of life and properties and the welfare of the people. So if government fail in do this measurement, then what is the purpose of government? You know, and those people who are killing people regularly, they are not ghosts. They come from somewhere. Is it possible that we cannot track them? What is the work of our DSS? What is the work of our NIA or the agency or the security agency? What the work of the police? For example, police during the protest, we have many police trying to prevent people from protesting or demonstrating against bad governance and trying to shoot tear gas and the rest. But when it comes to an issue of threat to life and property in terms of security, they are not going to be found. So I think the government, the national government, because we are operating federalism, we have a one single command from Abuja down the road. The governor of the state can command the police commissioner, just have the power over him, have direct command by him. The commissioner has direct command from Abuja. So I think the federal government need to restructure its security architecture and do something about it. It's becoming unbearable. Killing people, innocent people sticking in their own house, and there are stories that are flying around that these people are land grabber. You know, they are taking and settling the people's land, and governments are aware of this. What are they doing? Displace people, share them on their community, and take over their community and grazing their cattle on their farmland. And these things have been all over the place all this year. And it's people, they can't claim ignorance, they can't claim they are not aware of this thing. So I think it's a failure of government, and government should rise up to the occasion. That's my own position.
All right. What do you think about President Tinubu's continued stay in France? Because it has drawn a sharp criticism from opposition leaders and security experts amid the surge in violent attacks and killings in across the country.
No, it reminds me of the common saying that say Nero Fidu way wide what's the name born. So it's like our president, no matter the urgency of his mission in France, he says working vacation, whatever you call it, whatever the urgency, it calls for him to rush back home and personally visit those places, identify with them, sympathize with them, and reassure them that government is with them and the government will protect them. That's what we want from a leader. A woman can show empathy, that can rebuild confidence in the people. And the president is nowhere. Even the VP cannot even visit the place, the first place. Coming get a clear for the president to visit the place. We're expecting some of them to. And when they were in the opposition and they were all over the place harassing the former president. You know, accusing him, abusing him all over the place. Now they are in power. They have the power today. What are they doing with the power? What are they doing? The authority they have been capacity for. They have been lifelong ambition. What are they doing with it? People are dying daily in the hand of marauders who are not ghosts, who are attacking people who are taking over their lands, their farmland, their properties, and settle there. And they are settled in those lands. So they are not ghosts. So we expect our president to do more. And we are not seeing him rising up to the occasion. And we urge him to please rise up to this occasion. Come back from this vacation or whatever it's doing, and let him come back to this country. Let us show that he's a leader of the people. Can't root Nigerian from France. Can't root Nigerian from diaspora. No, it's not possible. We let him to protect the properties and life of people and take care of the welfare of the people. Nigeria are suffering all over the place. There's hunger, inflation is going up. Yet, we can't find our president, and it's not good enough. I think the government the president should review his position and ensure that he reassure big confidence in people that he is in that position to take care, to protect life and property and the welfare of the people.
All right, hundreds of suspected Boko Haram members have been arrested in Lagos State. The commander of the Civilian Joint Task Force in Lagos, Mr. Kumasanda, disclosed this, and he made the revelation on Wednesday. As you know, he highlighted their efforts, their ongoing effort to prevent infiltration of Boko Haram insurgents and bandits fleeing from the north into Lagos State. Now, they said over 100 were arrested in Lagos. What do you think about this as a Lagosian yourself?
Those are the significant few number of people who are posing threat to life and property in the southwest. If you go through the settlement along Lagos-Ibadan Express Road, you see massive of people who have nothing to do. Daily truck are bringing them, those trailer are bringing them, are bringing food. They are hanging on the truck, coming down, alighting on those settlements. And we don't do nothing, occupy those communities. These are threats. They are more threats. And this because if you don't have a business to do in a place, if you don't have a relationship you are coming to stay with, you don't have a destination you are coming to, you're just coming there to sleep on the road, on the nearby, on the shops and the rest. You don't have business there. Yes, we are Nigeria, there's freedom of movement all over the place. But people must have mission. People have a thing they are doing in a place. If you are not a farmer, you are not a trader, you're not doing something. Like if you go back to where you're coming from, that's the way it should be. And I think our state government should rise up to the occasion. No, one thing I remember the late governor of those states, Rotimi Akeredolu, is the commitment to the establishment of Amotekun and the commitment to fight crime in Ondo State. You know, his legacy on that is still there today. But the new governor there today, as last, do nothing, and those murders are back in the forest in Ondo State and in the southwest. And I think I have to call upon the governors in the southwest, those people who don't have business to do in the state. If you have legitimate business to do as a Nigerian, you can settle in any state. You can settle in any part of this country. It's on constitutional rights. But if you don't have business in doing in those places, you don't have business coming down to this place. And government should feed them out and repatriate them to where we are coming from until they have something concrete to do here. People are lying down there. You see beggars all over the place. These are spies for this insurgents, and we are tolerated so much evil in this country. We have laws, for example, in some part of the country that forbid open grazing. Yet you see cattle on the street, on the highways, and nothing is being done about it. There was an experience, somebody narrated experience recently, that the same people they were harassed, that kidnapped people, harassed, and as soon as they arrived, they are handed over to police. In a few days, they are back. That means there's somebody who is behind them. That means they are back inside the community. They release them to the community and do more harms. And those who apprehended them again, and they handed to the security officers. And before you know, those same people, those set of people, they were harassed, who there are evidence against them. They kidnap people, they maim people, they kill people, they rape people, and they handed them to security agencies. In a few days, they are released to the same community. So what are we expecting? That means there are some people, powerful people, who are behind them. So the governors in the southwest should need to fortify Amotekun and strengthen them in a way. And why the National Assembly should accelerate legislation on state police. This is a federalism. You travel to US, for example, every local government, they call county, have their own police force, which they manage, who control crime, who control activity, and only that county. Even though they have the same uniform, the same model of vehicle. But each local government they are able to, and because they are localized their security, so they are able to identify those who are strangers, those who are people who are troubling people, they are able to identify them, and with interest, they are able to feed them out and arrest them and come and reduce crime to the barest minimum. And that's what we expect our governors in the southwest and the other part of the country to do, both in the north, both in the south. And they should be up and doing.
All right, let's quickly talk about this one. I read some investors in the early hours of yesterday. They stormed the office of Crypto Bridge Exchange Smart Treasures, widely known as CBEX, located in Egbeda area. They broke into their office, into the premises in search of officials in charge of the crash trading platform, with yet to be ascertained billions of money. So, Mr. Bayowa, how sustainable or realistic is a promise of 100% return every month in cryptocurrency trading?
No, this is not a new one. It's a new thing. We have current issues in around us, and they appeal to greed of people. When, for example, say I should bring on $200, I will turn it to $500. The question to ask the person is that what trading is he doing? What investment is he doing that brings such money? I remember sometimes ago somebody came to our fellowship and told say investment choice, say they're investing in data center, and they want to attract. But I just look at just dismiss you because it doesn't make sense that money will drop into your account every month, and you are 50%. Look at this kind of thing. I've been in finance sector for over 30 something years, and understand this thing perfectly. So somebody cannot come and see me and say I bring my 1,000, return it to 2,000 to me. What is the interest? What is the interest on treasury bill, on bond? And these are most secured investment, for example. What is the returns even in the capital market, for example, equities? So I'm not seeing any event that can give you, that can double your income. Anything that promises to double your income is scam. And Security and Exchange Commission, yes, have warned people over and over again. We have had issue of one-on-one. We have issue of forum. We have issue of MMM. We have so many of them. Same people still falling into the same trap. That means they are appealing to their greed. Because if people are not patronizing them, people won't fall in. You have one guy, for example, on Facebook some years back, and he came up. He said he's doing an investment club, taking money from police. And because they want to SEC to inquire whether the SEC has approved those things. And SEC replied to me, and I wrote a report on it and sent to some of my friends. Say, look, say all these investments, SEC said it is illegal. You are not registered. They turn deaf ear after I've given them the evidence. They turn deaf ear. They invest their hard money in diaspora, invest their millions in this problem. And a few years back, the man will remove them from posts and the rest and do other kind of thing. And we will start crying. I told them, say, look, there's no concrete science in this thing. You must understand that any investment that profit that also have a tangible thing is basically there's not in stock market, it's not a registered company or finance investment company, regulated company, and you say they give you a double money. It's false. It's clumsy. It's scam. But people keep falling to it. I won't be surprised tomorrow that same people, somebody will come with another idea and they still put their money there. So I don't have sympathy for people really. On that, but we have educated them, we have campaigned against them. In church, I told some guys, hey, don't put your money, don't MMM. They will say, this pastor just saying it's mine, he doesn't want us to have money like him. Few right after they collected money from their friend and put it there. They came back and told us, you want us. So same people, so sometimes I just look at them, I just laugh because it's not, I won't look for double money. So it's their greed. Even though government to do more to ensure that all the once these people are coming up and people report them, they should clamp out on them, they should arrest them, investigate them and make sure they clamp out on them. Otherwise, people can do fall victim to this thing. It's not poverty.
So does this mean that even if another model comes, Nigerians will still fall victim to it?
Before the end of the year, they come, we see people falling muku to it. It has been a trend. Because people want to put money. And I was just trying to write something this morning. The Ponzi tendency is all over the place. It's in church. You see people say, raise your phone up, receive miracle alert. That's Ponzi. You see people, politicians come from nowhere, promise us heaven and earth, and they go to government and they do not deliver. They are always feeding themselves. That's Ponzi. So Ponzi is all over the place. You see people, scamming people all over the place. They are becoming like a tradition, a culture all over the place. So it's Ponzi in the church because if somebody says you raise your phone up and say receive miracle alert, bank, see them bank transfer money to account. Is it not scam? It's a scam. And you see people, raising their phone and believing that. That it will happen. It's not in the otherwise must begin to understand that, hey, they cannot continue like that. And educate people around them if they will listen. When they don't listen, that's their cup of tea. Nobody can come to me and say, okay, I've lost some money. I won't give you 10 kobo. Because I won't sympathize with you because we have warned people around us. We are reading so many about them, both in social media and social media. Yet people are still falling to it. Tomorrow they will still fall to it.
Okay, so should there be a regulatory framework in Nigeria that should prevent or detect CBEX operations? No, the likes of CBEX operations, like the MMM that you mentioned earlier, Chairsway, and the others.
Security and Exchange Commission is a regulatory body that regulates investment activism in our economy. And each time you go to their website, they release statements that ask you that before you invest in any company, investigate, are they registered with SEC? Are they licensed to do what they say they are doing? If they are not licensed here, if they are not under any regulation, don't put your money there. I think the SEC is doing their own best in that area by educating people. And people, even people, people report to a government or the agency, like AFC and NFIU or so, that kind of thing. But they are doing it. The same people. You find that even in this event, you see security agents who are supposed to know. Foreign people have their money trapped in that place. It talks about how greedy we are, how we close our minds to truth, and we believe lies. So I think government could do more to ensure that those things come up. The Security Exchange and all the necessary agencies to follow up and ensure that these people are shut down so that they minimize the negative impact on the society. Government should do more, no doubt about it. But unfortunately, there are people to tell themselves there's no free money anywhere. Until we understand that there's no free money anywhere, then they going to fall to this kind of scam. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Mr. Maiwa, let's end it on a lighter note with Mr. and Mrs. And the first person speaking today is Mr. Mr. says, if you have to choose between love and a piece of diamond, you will choose diamond. I don't believe this is coming from you. And Mrs. replied, don't believe me, dear. Love is blind, but diamonds are forever.
I just laugh the way you because so that I bring the salient point, salient attraction. Whether you like it or not, the attraction to money, to things tangible. And that's what we're still talking about pouncing. Once there's a value, that resources coming in, we sacrifice love, sacrifice other things, we sacrifice convenience, we sacrifice somebody in this, for example, I had a lady that go and borrow money from microfinance to invest in this scheme. It tells about our love for material things, our love for social function, and blindfold us from other things. And we see that in marriage issue. People say, diamond is better than love. But for that, you've seen this as camera, they don't last long. And I think the message, and some of this message coming from this cartoon is driving home some of these things that I think we need to do away with. And as long as we hold on to our own belief that we want quick fix, we want to trouble. And I think people who read Mr. and Mrs. should learn to upgrade, to put their relationship so that they won't run to crisis, that the way people are running to crisis in Nigeria with their money. So kudos to them.
All right, thank you, Mr. Maiwa, for joining us this morning.
Thanks today, and thanks for having me today. And thanks for everyone behind the scene.
Yes, and Okay, this is where we have to draw the curtain today. My name is Damlola Ogunshakin. Do want to like and follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. You can also visit our website www.vanguardngr.com. Have a lovely Thursday.